It takes very little to realize that we, the people, are vulnerable to sin and dangers of life. The danger is high, enemy is strong, sin is lustful. We as parents try to protect our children, but still fall short. We are saddened when we realize there are not enough vaccines to protect us from all the diseases, the pain, and the suffering in life. The burden is heavy and we lose sleep. But fear not, he who watches over Israel never slumbers nor sleeps. God is our shield, fortress, hiding place, keeper, refuge, rock, shade, shelter, and stronghold. Psalm 23 says, "The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want." Sheep have a tendency to wander away and get lost. And we as believers do the same. We wander off, following the lust of this world, and pursue the pride of life. We often have self-remedies and formulas for self-righteousness. We go away too far and we forget the way back to our shepherd. But our God is faithful and he declares that he is the good shepherd. He is ready to leave his entire flock to find the lost one. What more protection do we need? In the Bible, we see that God protected Noah from destruction, David from his enemies, and also we see God's protection in Job's life. Even though Job suffered through all the misery and afflictions, God protected Job's faith and was faithful and never to leave him or forsake him. As humans, we want to see God's protection as a magic force to keep us from all harm. Yes, God has to stop any evil or destruction, but we must remember that we live in the fallen world where we have free will, and sometimes God works his ways that we do not understand. Sometimes God's protection comes in the form of peace that strengthens in the middle of despair. Sometimes God's protection comes as an end because he sees something more that we cannot see. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verses 13 says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it." As believers in Jesus, we are promised a new life, covered under the protection of God, in which nothing can separate us from his love. No matter what hardship we face, God is our provider and protector. God the protector.